So this is an AI image. This is what my yard could actually look like in the future, but right now it doesn't look like anything like this. But this image was good because it gave me motivation and inspiration in order for me to work hard to actually make my yard look like that. So before I even get into the plants and the layout of the actual garden or anything like that, I have to address the problem. There's a big drop off on the front of my yard, and that area definitely has to get filled. Also, it has to be leveled off in order for it to be one single level. So this project started with an AI picture, and now it's been over a year, and it's pretty much leveled off and filled off somewhat. I did get a couple other renderings with it being somewhat leveled off, and I do like what I see. So for now, I am using grass to fill in the rest of this area. I don't know how I'm gonna make the gate. I'm still looking at certain colors and things like that. I'm not sure if I want a brown wooden fence, a white picket fence, or a dark black, something matte matching the actual outer portions of the house, the trim and everything around my house, because it is white and black. But eventually I will level it off a little bit more and add grass to it. There's a bunch of things that I can do later on, but that's going to be further down the road. So one of the first things I have to do is I have about, I'm going to say 20 yards of black stone right here. I'm going to be repurposing it for this corner here. I have to raise that up, make the retainer wall in order for me to level this out. It is taking me a ton of weekends to repurpose, stack this stone nice and neat, and use it as a retainer wall. It's a ton of work, especially just me and an actual wheelbarrow, but I make do of it. On weekends or afternoons when I have a chance, I'll come out and I'll start working on it, but it's nonstop. I start in like the evening or early mornings and I'm start working, and I don't stop until I'm either too cold or it's lunchtime, dinner time, or it's time for me to do something else. So far the progress, it's been slowly building up, but I do have a ton of other things that I can do. This is 10 yards. So when I do build up a section of the wall or of the retainer wall, or I have a section piled up, I order 10 yards. 10 yards come in the truckload, just like this. When the actual delivery of 10 yards of half-inch gravel does come in, or large stone that I can pack, it does come to the top of the actual project. So I have to move this by hand. If I did have a machine or some other kind of equipment to move it, that would be awesome. But the only thing that I do have is a shovel. So once they drop it off, I have to continuously just come at it with an actual shovel. From here, I'm going to push it down towards the bottom and build up. Same thing when an actual truckload of dirt comes in, I have to just pack it in, push it in from the wheelbarrow, or do it by hand and continuously push. So I'm trying to level it out, clean as I go, and also there are sections of stone that I have to either dig out or repurpose in order for me to do this retainer wall. But it's a slow progress. I started a little bit off to the left. It's been going steady. The truck easily can inch up maybe about 4 inches. This is the right portion of it. It looks like an actual path, and that's kind of what I wanted. I want an actual path. Then I bring the actual stone over, and I continue to move the stone and use it as a retainer wall to the right side of it. On the other side, this is an actual step little section. It used to look like this. I did fix it up a little bit. I cleaned it out. I made this stone little stairs, but I have to remove these in order for me to actually fill that area and continue moving forward. Cool. So this is 10 yards right here. So I'm getting ready to go to a baseball game, but kind of buried some of these rocks, so I got to move some of this, probably cut the top off and then just flip it over. But I'm gonna try to push it over there and then kind of dig out some of the stone that I need. But yeah, 10 yards, move them, or I mean move a little bit until maybe for a little bit, but I'm gonna bury this all up, so it's gonna look pretty chill. So this is just a regular evening. I got off of work. I did an 8-hour shift. I'm gonna dig for 2-3 hours. I'm gonna get ready, take a shower, and go to a baseball game. But definitely just all I use is a shovel. All I'm doing is where the 10 yards got laid, I just push it up, stack it up close to a section. I kind of do a mental note of where I want to draw a line and how I want to level it out. And I'm just taking the stone, repurposing it, pushing the stone off to the right in order for me to build a retainer wall. And that's just me leveling this section out. There's a ton more stone there, and I got maybe yards of stone in the backyard as well. This was where the actual stepway was. I am going to bury that section up as well, and it's looking pretty good. I just got to compact some more, and I definitely need a bunch more before the end of this project. This is so much work needed for this in order for me to fill this section up. But I am going to slowly fill it up. It's going to take me a minute, but I definitely will get it all filled up, and I'll get this portion of it so where I can walk to the side of that window right there. So the baseball game was awesome. I got another 20 yards of dirt. I am going to start filling close to the house. The more I actually fill this area up, the more I can actually level against the actual house. I'm going to take a straight line from the side of the house and all the way straight. I'm going to continue compacting this area, and hopefully I can get another 10 yards delivered, which I did, and I'm going to keep on pushing to the left until I get to the right. So I got my little compactor. I've been compacting it kind of this level. This side is not compact or anything like that. It's still pretty loose, but I just definitely got another 10 yards worth of dirt, so I got to pack this in really tight. See the drop here? It's about like half an inch. I'll definitely drop as I compact it. Yeah. Once I finished actually compacting that area and then pushing that 10 yards, I got another 10 yards delivered, and I'm gonna work that. But it is pretty hot. We haven't had rain in a while, so I am gonna water this area. The actual water is gonna go down, and it's gonna push that down. But at the same time, I got the other 10 yards that I gotta move, so I'm grabbing it from that center portion right there, and I'm pushing it up. So it does take me about 3 or 4 hours in order for me to move 10 yards. I just continuously push. I set myself on a line on the side of the house, and I'm going to continue pushing that section until I get to the front of the house. And it's just taking that 10 yards and moving it forward, and then ordering another 10 yards and moving it forward, compacting and pressing down. And this is me compacting and watering that section to the left. Once it hits the actual left side of the house, I'm very happy the way it looks. I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the hardest projects that I ever had to work on, and doing everything that I have been doing. So I continue to push forward on this, and it feels really nice to actually walk on the side of the house where I have actually built this section. This is another 10 yards that I did order. I cut the grass, and I used the actual yard clippings from the actual grass that I did cut, and I threw them on the side so I can compact it with an actual additional topsoil. I did order another 10 yards, but this one is topsoil, so I can get this section on the side of the house seeded already. I definitely want to seed a good portion of this in order for the grass to actually start growing, even though that I'm going to have a truck drive right on top of it and tear up some of the grass. I do want to get some of the roots down so I can start actually fertilizing the grass and get ready for spring. If spring does come along and I do get a little bit of grass, that would be amazing. But for now, I gotta concentrate on this 10 yards that I did order another 10 yards. So I'm gonna push that forward and continue to water it down. It is summer, and it is just insanely hot. So there's no water, there's no rain, and I just continue to order 10 yards compacted and then water it down every afternoon. I just work until the actual sun goes down. And just like that, we're in spring. All the flowers are up. Everything is blooming. And I'm back at it again, pretty close to actually covering up the left side of the house. And I continue to push on 10 more yards. I'm going to level this out, compact it, and push it a little bit more forward. But it is looking nice. The sun is up, but it's not as bad as it was during summer. The flowers are looking amazing. I got another 10 yards, and I'm getting ready to push to the right a little bit, and I'm going to continue to push down on these rocks. The actual truck was able to go straight into that one section, so there's not a lot of leveling. There's more building to be done. I have to actually build a little bit more when it comes down to the retainer wall towards this section here. And I'm really liking the fact that the truck was able to push back. So that means that I've been compacting this 2-inch gravel plus all the other rock that I have been ordering. And so it is pretty sturdy that this truck can drive all the way down to this section, which is pretty steep. But I am going to build this section up a little bit more. Spring is still in bloom, so the sun is still out. It's not as cold as the actual winter months get here, but I'm expecting fall to be pretty cold this year because summer and spring have been really hot. So I am going to build this section up. So the retainer wall is just a slow process. I just have to build a stone and push the actual rock towards the section. My kid did give me a hand today, so that was a plus. I did build a lot of the wall here, but that means I have to push towards the left side. So I did get more of some topsoil here. The topsoil, I do have to move it from the right side all the way down to the left side because I still have to build up the right side a little bit more, and I don't need as much topsoil. I actually need the topsoil later on, and I am going to get another truck that's going to bring some more 2-inch gravel. It is looking nice. So I have been enjoying the actual sun. I did build up the retainer wall some more. I did push it off to the right, but I got to push it off to the left too. The truck can't go any further to the right or to the left, so it just comes centered just like that. And I have to build and then actually push the actual 2-inch gravel to the side, compact it, and continue to actually bring stone. I do need to hurry this up because spring is almost over and I'm getting ready to go into the fall months. That's going to be a lot colder and I'm expecting to be really cold, so I don't like working outside in the cold as much as everyone does. As predicted, the actual fall is extremely cold. It's during the day, it's kind of sunny, but I'm definitely have my hoodie. Then I go back in between my hoodie and my jacket, and it's pretty chilly for today. But I am still going to move at least these 10 yards, push them a little bit forward so I can build a little bit more on the retainer wall, either to the right or to the left. It builds itself. I just have to actually level it out. And I got another 10 yards waiting right in front of me. I did order 20 yards this time, and I'll continue to compact it, push it forward, and rebuild. This is an additional topsoil here. I'm going to spread this all off to the left side. Once I spread it off to the left side, I water it down. I'm going to add some seed, and as you can see, I did push all the way through to the actual front of the house, and I'm going to continue doing that to the right side. But I do need to build up some more. So there just been some days that I just bring stone, pack it in, and build up little by little. It feels like 2-3 inches go up every time that I do work on it, but slow and steady is the progress. Since the actual work is so slow, it almost feels like sometimes I don't do anything. But the more I think about it is I do get 10 yards order, and those 10 yards come in and they go away because of all the hard work that I have been putting on there. So moving 10-20 yards is back-breaking work, and when you don't see the actual results right off the back and it goes on for days and days on end, fall is here, all the leaves been falling down, so I grab them, I pick them up, I go around, make piles, and those piles are going to become somewhat of a fertilizer that I am going to use on the actual topsoil on top of that hill, and I'm going to pack it in and start seeding. Once that seed goes in, and it might bloom, it might not bloom this fall, it might bloom into the winter, but I'm going to still pack in some of those leaves from fall. I'm going to water it again. I do have that topsoil on the side. I am pushing hopefully with this new fertilizer that I'm going to drop for fall fertilizer, and I'm hoping that maybe something does sprout on winter. I'm not 100% on that, but I am going to seed and I'm going to push forward. So a lot of raking on this one section right here because I did get the topsoil and I did seed a little bit. I grabbed a 50-pound bag of grass seed. I am packing it in, and I am spreading it out with the actual rake. I'm watering it down, and I'm also gonna just kind of level it off and see how it actually fits across that one section. Some of these rocks must be like 50, 60 pounds. It's really hard to move them, but I'm just gonna level out a section, try to move these big giant boulders. Once I pack them where I want them, I just level it out, push it forward, and continue to level. I wanted a straight line across from the side of my house all the way through, so I just have that one section, but it's pretty hard to get these rocks where I want them. None of them are made for each other. It just, as they go along, I kind of fit them in place and tighten up that area. I'm actually kind of shocked that fall is almost over and more than 3/4 of that one section has grass. I got another 10 yards and I am continuing to push forward. I know it looks like the section is all filled up, but I still got maybe 5-10 feet moving forward, but that's a slow crawl. I do push forward on it. I got grass growing on more than 3/4 of it. I still need to order more topsoil, but I continue to push. All right, so now that fall's over, we're in winter months. I'm working longer hours at work, and I got another 10 yards delivered to the house. I definitely had to work at night, so I just parked the car on the outside and I started working. It is freezing outside. Thinking that I might push this towards the maybe 1 or 2 more hours, but no guarantees. Wife came out and it's dinner time, so I finally got this area just kind of squared off to the right. I do need another maybe 30 more yards. I did get some more topsoil. I compacted this area and I'm gonna seed again. I did mow the grass. I used the top clippings. I put the actual grass clippings on there. I put some more topsoil. I got about $300 worth of topsoil. I seeded on this section and then I put some more topsoil on top of that. I did use my SUV to compact this area and just went back and forth on a straight line, compacted some more, and then just put in the rest of the seed, cover the rest of the seed with actual topsoil, and raked it off. Oh, cool. I had this little Scotch. It's a little machine that uses in combination with Scotch, like turf builder and anything like that, like fertilizers. Basically what you do is just throw it in here. You do have an opening here. I always got it set on 5. I had this one for like maybe 5-6 years and nothing breaks on this. Works over and over. You got a little hand crank there. When you turn that, it moves the fertilizer right there with that little wheel as you're turning the crank itself. Just hold it just like so, put fertilizer in and just let it go. So I'm gonna be using this turf builder and just spread it. I usually start like at one end, just come up the other end and just repeat until I have all of it out, and that's it. Hopefully this grass starts growing later on. Just like that, I did plant some more topsoil. I got some new seed and I'm fertilizing. Just back and forth, add some more fertilizer, get a nice spot, try to get as much of a straight area that I can, add some more fertilizer, and just continue going on back and forth on this one area. This is one of the third last trucks. It is freezing outside right now. Winter is in full bloom. I know it looks a little sunny, but it is extremely cold outside. I'm going to try to push this off. I do have weed, seeds, and fertilizer down. I have plenty of topsoil. I just have this to square off this one back section, which is being a little bit of a pain. It feels like that when you're nearing the end of any one of your projects and it's just taking time. But overall, I did spend a lot of time on this project. So with it, I'm very happy where I'm at as far as how it looks and where I'm heading with it. I got a ton more work to do, but it is frustrating to see that just one little section is just being a pain. It might be the cold, it might be the long hours, it might be all the other stressors that come with life, but it does feel like this last portion is dragging forever. So I dig in deep and I get to work. I'm going to move this 10 yards. I'm going to level it off, compact it, level it off, and just continue pushing forward. I thought I would be done by this point, but I am absolutely not done. I need more 2-inch gravels. The same day, I got another truckload delivered as soon as I leveled it off, and I came back at it again. And then I just kind of pushed off some more off this ledge here, and I continue to build. I am happy where it's at, but I got to restructure, and the way I imagined that this would kind of button up towards the end is not looking the way that I imagined, just because I'm down to this point. So I do have to do some adjustments towards the end of this project, and I'm possibly going to change my idea as I move on forward. But most definitely, wheelbarrow, shovel. It takes a minute to get these bigger rocks because they're extremely heavy. So this is me just hauling big old boulders back to that back section. I'm gonna drop them off. It's a bit of a way all around from the side of my house, from my backyard to the front yard, and going into the side yard. But yeah, it's a little travel right there for you guys. So just like that project, I'm gonna finish it off for here. Once I level this off, I'm gonna go buy some more topsoil and possibly another 50-pound bag of fertilizer and actual seed, grass seed, and I'll plant that off, and that's it. That's it for the remainder of this year. I'm not gonna mess with this project for quite some time. It's gonna be months and months at a time. Anything that does happen or will need to happen later on, I'll figure it out when
$300 looks like. Come to the Home Depot. Had to load me up on an SUV. Fun.
So I'm gonna definitely load up all these bags as neat as possible in there. I believe I did get 21 bags fertilizer plus the seed and just topsoil. This topsoil comes with obviously like some vitamins and nutrients and things like that the actual grass seed, and that works good with the actual fertilizer. So it's a little expensive, but at the same time, I feel like this would be the last that I will actually add to this one project before I actually call it a quits. Again, it's freezing. This winter kind of sucks a little bit more than usual, and I'm done doing some overtime at work, coming back home and working overtime in the house. So I'm just gonna jam pack this little circus car right now, and I'm about to call it a quits. So this is the actual turf builder grass seed that I have. I did throw some other turf builder and grass seed as well. The grass is growing everywhere. I do got an additional grass here. I'm gonna cover this up with topsoil. I did cover that back section off with some topsoil, and I got a bunch more topsoil in the actual car, which I'm just gonna go ahead and spread it out. Cool. So now I just gotta unload the vehicle, which is gonna be fun. Just gotta throw everything here on the side, get all this fertilizer out, clean the car, and just start opening up the bags. Once I open up the bags and I know exactly where everything's gonna go, I'll start spreading and filling all those loose ends and gaps, and just kind of spread the rest down towards the bottom. I am gonna leave some towards the top because I am spreading all that bag worth of seed for the turf builder, and I'm gonna try to cover that seed as much as possible because birds do love to eat that. And that's it. So this was a project that it took me about a year and a half, close to maybe $10,000, countless hours of my own labor. Tools needed, you need a good back, a shovel, a wheelbarrow, a rake, a pickaxe, and just some determination. There's times that I was out there working when it's the sun was out beaming and it was extremely hot. There was times that it was extremely cold, times that it was raining. Just me, my boots, and this drive to just finish this project. So far, I got a ton more work to do, but I'm calling it a day. I'll see you guys later.